we have a tale to get through. It's between a woman named Rachel and this woman named Michelle that is stalking her and sending her all kind of messages and emails. The Puttering Goose posted this picture. She says, me trying to see who the F Michelle is and why you got her so pressed. We're starting in the middle with this picture because Rachel starts posting a bunch about this woman named Rachel, who is just like sending her a bunch of messages. Apparently, even the Calm app jumped into the comments. And so this person, Jen, says, meanwhile, Michelle is typing, I am calm, and then offered up this picture. All right, let's go to the beginning. A few days ago, Rachel Doodles and More made this post. I actually did see this post a few days ago, but it has continued. She said, apparently I lost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars today because a mom who almost bought my K-pop Demon Hunter blanket discovered I have political opinions. She was this close to telling all her friends about me, but I guess my woke agenda scared her away. Sigh. I guess I'll just have to survive without the Patriot Mom Shopping Network. We can already see that Rachel is sarcastic, and we definitely love sarcasm and pettiness here. Now let's go ahead and look at this letter from this Patriot Mom. At this point, the woman is anonymous, but look at this email. No money for woke business owners at AOL.com. That is her email address. No money for woke business owners at AOL.com. Here's the comment. It says, I just wanted to let you know how disappointed I am. A friend of mine shared a picture of your K-pop Demon Hunter blanket, and I thought it was adorable. I was this close to placing a huge order, not just for me, but for my kids, my nieces, and nephews, even the other moms in our group chat. I was already planning to share your website with my entire Facebook group of over 200 moms who love supporting small businesses. You could have made hundreds of dollars from me alone and thousands once all my friends started buying too. But then I made the mistake of finding your ridiculously democratic stickers as well as your woke little social media account. I was horrified by what I found. Post after post pushing your political agenda, your woke political agenda, mocking good Christian conservatives and even celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. How disgusting. I cannot in good conscience give my money to someone who supports such hateful, divisive nonsense. You could have been successful if you just kept your politics to yourself, but instead you had to go alienate half the country. Such a shame. I'll be spending my money with a company that actually respects our values and loves America. Have fun with your little activities sticker shop. You just lost out on hundreds of dollars because you couldn't stop being political about everything. God bless. Because of that, a bunch of people started flooding her website to check out this K-pop Demon Hunter blanket and looking at her stickers. And she says, I can't respond to everyone, but thank you. I see the in-stock blanket sold out, so I did a reopen pre-order. For everyone asking where to shop, my website is doodlesandsketches.com. So because that woman went and made this, screeching comment about how all of her moms wouldn't be buying, it made Rachel get successful, and she sold out and had to do a pre-order, a reorder. The bedazzled hippie says, I'm literally watching your numbers tick on this post. I'm so happy for you and your business. And Rachel is like, I have been in awe all damn day. I am amazed at how these people really, this person was upset, but it pushed Rachel's numbers. So here's the K-pop Demon Hunter blanket. Like she said, she sold out of it, but you can pre-order it. And she has all kind of stickers, and these are political stickers. And then she's showing off this sticker. Hey, Donald, F you and your whole crew. All right, so that is a little bit of the foundation of how we got here. And this started a few days ago. So remember, this was the original comment, right? Remember, at first it was anonymous, right? But we did see the email address. Rachel responds with, "Is this actually a real email?" And then she says, "Hi, Anonymous. Thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts about my woke little sticker shock. I truly appreciate the passion." But now we see her name. This is Michelle. So now we know Michelle, we know her email address. And so Michelle says, "Rachel, wow, you really think you're clever, don't you? Typical liberal behavior by twisting things around and acting smug. You can mock me all you want, but everyone knows your viral success is fake. There's no way your little sticker shop made $6,000 overnight. You probably made that number up for attention and validation from your woke echo chamber. You think being rude and condescending makes you strong, but it just shows your true colors. You are arrogant, hateful, and intolerant. You can pretend you're better than people like me, but at least I don't need to tear others down to feel good about myself. And by the way, that mirror comment, real mature. You've just proven exactly why people like me don't support small businesses like yours anymore. Enjoy your made up sales and your online fan club of miserable liberals. God bless. You clearly need it. Michelle." So Michelle is obviously very salty. So after Rachel posted that from Michelle, Grey Erm said, "Wait, is this the I prayed for the destruction of your business person who is now screaming insanely about hateful and miserable people and complaining about rudeness? I mean, if it is, that tracks." We got Lisa says, "Well, clearly Jesus didn't answer her prayers. I wonder what that suggests." Eat What Feels Good says, "She called you intolerant and woke in the same email. I guess you're intolerant of her intolerance." And then Tiana says, that was my take. Now fast forward. Michelle had a lot of time on her hands because Rachel started going viral. Rachel started selling a bunch of stickers. And this is hilarious because then Michelle started sending her a bunch of emails. So you see, this says Michelle Miller, Michelle Miller, Michelle Miller. Look at these timestamps starting at the bottom. That's 1:58 a.m., 3:03 a.m., 4:11 a.m., 10:06 a.m. You see, this woman, Michelle, is sending a bunch of emails. Michelle is really, really pressed. Now, Rachel here says, "Okay, for anyone asking what the story is, I pinned the first interaction with Michelle to my profile. It all goes downhill from there, I promise." So because of all of this, a bunch of people are coming onto Rachel's post and trying to figure out where Michelle came from and what all of this got started. So you have to go to the beginning, but I started at the beginning so that y'all could see it. Now people in the comments are wondering what are in these emails. Sprite Stuff says, "We need to know what's in the You Ruined Christmas and Pay Me. Please, I beg." Fluffy and Panda Kisses says, "It's giving. Thanks, Marie Calendar." Cheesehead 12 pack says, "Good one." Teresa says, "I want to read the I can't even go online anymore." Here are the subject matters of the emails, starting at the bottom. "You think this is funny? Pay me. I'll do better. You'll see. You think I don't see it? I can't even go online anymore. You ruined Christmas." Those are the subjects of the emails. This is where the Calm Act comes in. Calm says she needs to calm down. And then she uses this with this man putting his sunglasses on from CSI. And here's where Jen comes in and says, "Meanwhile, Michelle is typing, I am calm." PNW says, "You win the internet today at Calm." And then Marion says, "Yeah, tell her Calm told her to clam up." Taylor says to Rachel, "I'm a voice actress and I'd love to do dramatic readings of these emails. I can get very dramatic." Sullivan Art says, "Please, oh my God, I hope you get to." Katarina says, "If your coupon code isn't You Ruin Christmas, I don't even know what you're doing." Abby says, came here to say this. So everybody wants to see these emails. So we'll see the emails in part 2. Part 2 of this drama between woke Rachel and Patriot Mom Michelle. And remember, Patriot Mom is sending all of these emails. I am Sherlocked even jumps into the mix saying, please turn all the subjects into stickers. That's hilarious. Benny Bake says, I would buy these stickers. Slay Your System says, oh my God, this is my name. And I panicked for a moment. I do like Rachel. She says, sorry for the panic. There's another Michelle at the bottom saying, as a Michelle, this whole ordeal has been startling. Like, just be cool, Michelle. K Max says, please, 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 we need to know how you ruined Christmas. We also need a sticker. Meeser Gal says, obviously Rachel told Michelle that Santa isn't real. And then Mallow Tree says, I'm sorry, Santa's what? And then she does this little blinking thing. But now Mallow Tree knows that Santa isn't real. So we got that. That's bad. And then we get to the picture that I originally started this with. The puttering goof is saying, me trying to figure out who the F Michelle is and why you got her so pressed. Michelle is so pressed because Rachel is woke. Snowy Owl at Night responds to that woman who's trying to figure out who the heck Michelle is. Snowy Owl says, I think she pinned the story, but essentially Michelle was going to spend hundreds of dollars until she saw how woke the store was and has since threatened legal action if Rachel doesn't stop emailing and harassing her. Oh, and she feels she's owed some of the profits she made from posting her BS. And then Anna Kalia says, even though Rachel has not, in fact, repeatedly emailed her, LOL, Michelle is pressed because Rachel is living her best life. And then Snowy Owl says, yeah, sorry, thank you. I should have added Rachel isn't the one doing all the emailing or any of it for that matter. So here's Rachel. She took a picture of herself. She has a selfie of herself saying that she's at the store getting a new printer so I can keep making stickers for all the orders as a result of Mish Hale. So we're now calling her Mish Hale. But she got so many orders that she had to go get a new printer. That is success. Rachel says, why are there 166 freaking people on my website shopping right this second? Mish Hale has made Rachel very successful. Lizzie says, I made you this. And so we got this new picture. It says, local woman searches for where Michelle gets the audacity. So we got a new sticker. She added the word Michelle to one of her stickers. I had to make this a little bit bigger. So this was one of Rachel's doodles. This woman just typed the word Michelle right there. And so now Rachel is laughing. And now Rachel is sharing the emails with us. So buckle up. I'm about to read through some of these emails. This is email number 1. You think this is funny. She says, Rachel, I hope you're proud of yourself. I saw what you posted, the screenshots, the comments, the people laughing at me. You've turned me into some kind of joke. And for what? Because I told you the truth? Because I stood up for what I believe in? I wrote you in a private contact form, private, and you blasted it all over the internet so your little fan club could dogpile me, and now you're getting orders and attention like it's something to celebrate. You're literally profiting off of bullying and hate, and somehow I'm the bad guy. It's disgusting, Rachel. You call yourself a business owner, but all you've done is mock hardworking, God-fearing Americans who actually care about this country. You wouldn't even be relevant if it weren't for me saying something. I guess you should be thanking me because clearly I made you famous. But don't worry, because karma catches up to people who build success on lies and cruelty. You can laugh now, but deep down, you know you crossed the line. Now we got email number 2, pay me, sent at 3:03 a.m. Rachel, I cannot believe what you've done. I reached out to you in good faith to warn you about how your business was reflecting on decent Americans, and you turned it into some viral Freak show. Do you have any idea how many people have sent me your post? How many strangers are messaging me because you decided to make a spectacle out of my words? You've made thousands of dollars off my name, off my message, off the controversy that I started. And now everyone's acting like you're some kind of hero while I'm being harassed for trying to stand up for morals and common sense. You built an entire marketing campaign off of my emails, my words, and I didn't see a single cent. That's theft, Rachel, intellectual property, emotional labor, free publicity, whatever you want to call it. You know exactly what you did. I expect compensation for the role I played in your success. 20% of your earnings from the week you went viral would be a start, or at the very least, public acknowledgement that I'm the reason you even have this platform. You can mock me all you want, but you and I both know your little liberal fan base wouldn't have rallied around you if it weren't for me. I give you your moment. You should be thanking me. I'll be watching to see how you handle this. Email number 3, I'll do better, sent at 4:11 a.m. Rachel, okay, you know what? I've had it. I'm done being the punchline while you sit back and cash checks off my name. If you won't credit me, if you won't pay me, then I'll just beat you at your own game. I'm launching a site, a real one. Gorgeous hoodies, enamel mugs, prayer circle scarves, the whole patriotic shebang made for real moms who actually love this country, not performative internet clout chasers. I have people, I have groups, I have reach. You think your little liberal cheer squad can compete with thousands of MAGA moms who will buy anything that says "We the People" in cursive? Please. You may bank off my words. Fine. I'll make way more. I'll sell it on Sunday church bulletins, on porch groups, at bake sales, at school fundraisers. I'll have more organic reach than your little algorithm ever dreamed of. You'll see my site, my brand, my face on stickers and blankets. And yes, I'll have a line called "Doing God's Work," one sticker at a time. And don't think for a second I'm being nice about it. I'll be everywhere. Targeted ads, neighborhood threads, phone calls. People will send their friends. Orders will flood in. You'll refresh your sales page and wonder how the hell my one comment turned into a whole business vertical. Also, let's be clear. You owe me. I didn't ask for viral fame. I got dragged into it and I got harassed for it. A modest cut of your windfall is the least you could do, or at a minimum, a public line saying, "Thanks, Michelle, for the free publicity." But if you'd rather keep the money and the applause, that's on you. I'll take my victory elsewhere. Enjoy your moment, Rachel. I hope the spotlight is warm because I'm coming for your demographic share. And I don't do subtle. Email number 4. Michelle is pressed. This one's called "You'll See." She sent this one at 10:06 a.m. Remember, she started emailing at 1 something in the morning. Rachel, I don't even know what's happening anymore. You think this is funny? You think all those people buying your little stickers means you won? Newsflash. You just woke up a beast. I've already got a domain name, a logo, and women asking me where to pre-order. You don't own cute designs, sweetheart. Just wait. MAGA moms are going to blow your hippie nonsense out the water. My neighbor's cousin runs a print shop. My pastor's wife has followers. It's over for you. Don't act like I didn't warn you. I'll be bigger, louder, realer. You'll see. Email number 5. You think I don't see? Sent at 12:36 p.m. She says, Rachel, you think silence makes you innocent. Everyone knows. Everyone. This is bigger than stickers now. Way bigger. Just wait. And she's like me. And she just gives this picture of this exasperated bird. Oh. Okay, so that's part 2. I'm going to end it there, and then I'm going to give us part 3. We're on part 3 of Patriot Mom Michelle versus woke liberal Rachel. And so Michelle has been sending Rachel all kind of emails, and I have been reading the emails. We've read 5 of the emails so far. At this point, we're on email number 5. Rachel is exasperated. All right, we have email number 6. I can't even go online anymore. This was sent at 2:26 p.m. She says, Rachel, I hope you're happy. My email is flooded. My phone won't stop buzzing. And I just got subscribed to some Democrats for Equality newsletter and a gay sweater box thing. A gay sweater box thing. So people took her email and started subscribing her to things. She says, I can't even open AOL without another stranger calling me a monster. You did this. You turned me into some sort of meme for your followers to laugh at while I'm sitting here drowning in hate mail. I tried to help you, and now my reputation is trashed. You've ruined everything. Rachel at the bottom says, you did this to yourself, lady. Eager82 says, boo-hoo, Mish Hale, hashtag FAFO. Katie, everybody says, I can't even open AOL, and just gives this dead emoji because who has AOL anymore? HV Bogwitch says, America Online is for true patriots. Brittany says, ha, 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 ha. The italic, I try to help you. And then Jenny at the bottom says, a gay sweater box thing. I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard. People have been waiting for this. So here's Rachel. And she says, in the How Rachel Doodles Ruined Michelle's Christmas, email number 7. You ruined Christmas, sent at 4:16 p.m. She says in all caps, you ruined Christmas. I can't even get those stupid blankets because of you. Everyone's talking about them, and I can't even look at your page without wanting to scream. And she says, I ruined Christmas because she can't buy a blanket. Yep. Thank God she's been quiet since. So email number 7 has been it. That has been it. People are a little bit disappointed at email number 7 about you ruined Christmas. So Saint Mama Llama says the you ruined Christmas email is quite disappointing, actually. I was expecting way more. This person says, like, am I terrible for expecting it to be more than this? It kind of fell flat. Bevan says, do better, Michelle. You've disappointed us all. And then the lady at the bottom says, my toddler is asleep on me, and I'm trying so hard not to wake him up, but I'm laughing so hard right now. Thoughts by Chelsea says, if only there were other websites with K-pop Demon Hunter merch. And then Kupono Music starts laughing. Designer Musing says, wait, I'm confused. How do we know who she is? We don't have her email or name, do we? Yes, we do have her name and email. We do. Oh my goodness, because she gave us her name. Because of the nature of threads, you don't always see things from the very beginning. So Rachel made this comment saying, clearing up a few things that have left some confusion with Michelle. Number 1, how do we get her email? She says, I replied to the email sent on the contact form. I sent her a thank you email to be petty after going viral. She originally contacted me anonymously on my contact me form on my website, but I left her email accessible because I originally thought it was a fake email. She thought it was a fake email. I'll read the email again, the email name again. She says, 2, her name is attached to the email, the AOL one. This is how we learned the name. Remember, the name of the email was No Money for Woke Business Owners. Now, this is what Rachel originally typed up. I didn't actually read the whole email that she typed up to Michelle, saying, thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts about my woke little sticker shop. I truly appreciate the passion behind your message. You'll be happy to know your email made quite an impact. It went viral, sparked thousands of laughs, and ended up giving my small business the best sales day I've ever had. Over $6,000 in orders in one day, all thanks to your heartfelt warnings that I'd lose hundreds. So while I understand you'll be shopping elsewhere, I genuinely thank you for the exposure and entertainment. You've reminded me that standing by my values is worth far more than any sale. Wishing you all the best in finding a company that perfectly matches your worldview and maybe one that sells mirrors too. Warm regards, Rachel, owner of Doodles and Sketches. And down here, she shows that she sold over $6,000 in one day. You gotta love internet drama because now she said, holy ish, where did 41,000 followers come from? We, aka the husband and I, have returned safely from our adventure to retrieve a printer. I bought the warranty. I hope the emails brought you joy and happiness. My husband thought I was crazy the whole ride back while I cackled, holding onto my phone, sharing the epic saga. Still nothing from Michelle in 6 hours. Maybe she'll finally leave me alone. Ivy Roses at the bottom says she's probably waiting for AOL to connect. So people took that woman's email and started subscribing her to all kind of things, probably started sending her dozens upon dozens of emails. And this is wild to me. Folks, okay, stop ranting. If there is ever something you disagree with, you do not have to make comments and rant and do all of that. You don't, because you could very well go viral like this. But Rachel has made thousands of dollars at Doodles and Sketches, added thousands of new subscribers to her Threads page, and is selling a bunch of stickers and is probably going to keep making all kinds of money, all because of Michelle. And that is the end of this saga for now, but I'll definitely be checking back to see if there's any more emails for us to update. So I thought I had wrapped up the saga, but I see I had missed some things. So before she went and got a new printer, she had posted this. She said, effing Michelle put a hex on me. No, she didn't, but my printer officially kicked the bucket. Worst case scenario, it comes on Friday. Best case, my husband can take me to Minneapolis tonight. Now I'm going to cry because keep in mind, she's getting so many new orders, all because of Michelle. This man jumped into Rachel's email saying, I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of emailing her myself. Now he said, Dear Rachel. He should have said, Dear Michelle, probably. But this says, I find it funny that you think you're entitled to any compensation from a content creator on the internet. It's interesting that someone who is an avid Trump supporter is also such a supporter of socialism that way. One would think that you would be anti-socialist. Did you vote for Mondami? I also find it interesting that you allow your children and your grandchildren to watch K-pop Demon Hunters when there is clearly queer coding, women's empowerment, and other items that you would deem woke throughout the show. You're contradicting yourself at this point. You allow your family to watch this show, which according to most conservative Christians steeped in woke ideology. And yet you're rampaging and raving against woke ideology. Which side of the fence are you on, Rachel? Because you can't seem to pick a side. He is mixing things up. He should be talking to Michelle, but still, this is hilarious. As far as hateful divisiveness nonsense, the right and the far right and the alt-right are the center of the maelstrom of hateful divisive nonsense. I love how you say that the content creator shouldn't put politics into their merchandising, and yet you are going to create a website that is going to be political merchandising. Again, you contradict yourself. Which side are you on? Keep politics to yourself or make a buck off of politics? On all, at the end of the day, you have proven to be nothing more than a hateful, spiteful devices. Maybe, I don't know if devices is right, what he wanted to say. A perfect example of right-wing political influence. Be sure when you're building your website to put the Confederate flag and the Nazi flag right next to each other, just like they were on January 6th. May you have the day you deserve. Here she is a couple of days ago. Here's the blanket right here. A kid has the blanket. She says, I went ahead and submitted the first part of the pre-order because y'all went and ordered 80 effing blankets. My business card would have been crying had I waited to until Saturday to submit it all. Pre-order is still open until 11/5. Here's my kiddo with her derpy blanket. Here she is again a couple of days ago. This is why I said I had to go back and I had to make a part 4 because I missed some things. She said 48 hours ago, a MAGA mom told me I'd lose out on tons of sales for being too political. Since then, gained almost 2,000 new followers, over $10,000 in sales, over 200 orders, 47 blanket pre-orders. She thought she'd cancel me. Instead, she launched me. Thanks, Michelle. And she says, I can see it now. I'm reporting her because I harassed her, and now I'm facing the consequences of my actions. Also, I haven't freaking emailed her since yesterday, so I guess she's just throwing this massive temper tantrum now because she thought I'd feel sad privately rather than sharing her message with my followers and getting orders as a result of this. So yeah, and so here it is right here. This is where we learned her name. So that's how we got to this point. Another post from Rachel saying, they hate that I get paid to be loud, weird, political, and creative. I love that for me. And I love that for her too. She took all of this. She gets to be woke. She gets to stick to her values and she gets to make money from it. Philo says, hi, I ordered some stickers a while ago. Can't wait to get them. And then Philo says, are you going to be putting out proud to be a problem sticker again soon? Jacob says, and I'm here being weird for free. Great work, though. I'm happy for you. And she put this one out and she put this one under thanks, Michelle, saying, so which sticker do you think caused me to lose hundreds, maybe thousands from Michelle and the Patriotic Shopping Network? Was it F. Donald and crew didn't survive the pandemic for this DJT is a PDF file, domestic terrorist red hat, or maybe F me like the government does, like I have questions. And then she shares a few of the stickers. I can't decide, but here are a few. So we see the domestic terrorist right there. DJT is a PDF file. F me like the government does. I'd rather be woke trash than worship a fascist regime. Y'all means all, except bigots. And then she has this little animal holding a rainbow flag. I'm not going to go through all her stickers, but I am glad that I went through just to make sure I didn't miss anything. There are so many comments, but that is the gist of things. So that is part 4, and I'm wrapping it up there for real.